work till like 7:30. Like, what is that? Like, shit, damn near. Man, what is that? Damn near. Yeah, it's like 15 and a, nah, yeah, something like that. Shit, like 15 hours. Shit, damn near. But yeah, damn near 16. So, but when you short-handed, that's what happens. But this is definitely gonna help pay for the New York trip. So yeah, because I'm going to Arthur Beterbiev versus Joe Smith Jr. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna stay. I'm probably gonna stay in Newark. Only thing is about Newark and fights out there, as them fights be starting at midnight. I hope they start the fight like around. I hope they start the main event around 11, because New Jersey, you got to get to that last 1:15. So basically, when the fight start, I'm talking about hopefully it end at around 12:45. Hope it's a knockout, and then like I said, you have to be trying to sprint. Me, as you guys know, I like to do the post-fight stuff, and I like to do the post-fight stuff and get all my interviews, and you know what I'm saying. I've never been to the Hulu Theater, but it's somewhere around. I know it's somewhere around Madison Square Garden, but I'm gonna find it. But yeah, that's gonna be a very good fight. But let me talk about Tank versus Rolly. I got through watching Aceto boxing. Go subscribe to his channel, real good content. And he was just talking about the fight, and he was talking about what he think gonna happen. Like, this is my thing. In all reality, it looked like Tank should be able to knock Rolly out. I think Tank is going to more than likely stop Rolly. But I'll put it to you this way. I'm not going to be stunned if Rolly lands something possibly that puts Tank's lights out. Lands something awkward. But Tank been pretty sturdy as far as his chin go, because he got hit shots by Cruz, and he was able to take him. And like I said, Rolly is awkward, but I think Tank will be able to pull this off. And I think Tank will stop him around 8 rounds. Because one thing about Rolly, he gonna be there to hit. Rolly, as soon as the bell rings, he's gonna be swinging for the fences. He has a Ricardo Mayorga feel to him, except he can speak perfect English. I don't even know if Rolly can speak Spanish. If he can, cool. If he can't, he can't. But yeah, that's who he remind me of, Ricardo Mayorga. And I know some of y'all remember him. I'm talking about dude had a real awkward style. And the thing is, he beat a superior boxer in Vernon Forrest not once but twice. He knocked him out in the first fight. Then the second fight, he won a decision, which, by the way, Vernon Forrest won that second fight. That was the robbery. Vernon Forrest clearly won the fight, and they gave it to Ricardo Mayorga. He didn't win that second fight, Vernon Forrest. But you thought that Vernon Forrest was going for him in the first fight, and he ended up knocking out Vernon Forrest. But that could happen, but it was it's highly unlikely. But it's boxing. Rolly is like a huge underdog in this fight. This isn't Canelo versus Bivol. Because at the end of the day, on paper, like I said before, when people say, well, Canelo dared to be great and he lost. Not Canelo didn't dare to be great, because if Canelo dared to be great, he would have been an overwhelming underdog. He was an overwhelming favorite. So how are you daring to be great when you the damn favorite? And in all reality, Bivol should have been the favorite. And as I said before, I got a lot to talk about later on, because I'm finna go home and get some sleep. But when I get up, I'm just knocking out quite a few videos. We gonna talk about this stuff with them trying to anoint Usyk number 1 pound per pound, and then for the people that's still trying to say Canelo is number one, even after getting his ass handed to him, how ridiculous they are. And then I'm gonna basically break down what it is. You already know what it's and what's going on. You can't be the number one pound-to-pound fighter and you lose the way Canelo did, where you get thoroughly dominated, where you lose out of 12 rounds, you lose either 9 or 10 of them. So like I said, I want you Canelo fans to come on here trying to talk greasy, because I'm gonna run your asses out of here. I mean, if you want some smoke, cool. I got the lighter, because the Canelo ain't even on my pound-for-pound list, which I'm gonna do my pound-for-pound list today, as soon as I wake up. Now, this pound-for-pound list, this was everybody's suggestion. I listened to everybody who had ideas, who should be in there, and all that stuff. So this is not just my pound-for-pound list. I'll let the people, decide. So this is y'all list. You know what I'm saying? I pay attention to myself. You know what I'm saying? I listen to them, So this is basically a mixture of my thoughts and, the people that support my channels. Both of them, they thoughts. So it's a mixture of both. I think I'm going to try to get it as close to as possible, as realistic as possible. I'm going off impact, record, competition, all that stuff, accomplishments, everything. And that's real talk. So I think y'all gonna enjoy it. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna talk about them once again trying their hardest to keep Bud, Errol Spence, and Charlo from the number one spot by trying to put Usyk in there. First of all, like I keep saying, no damn heavyweight can't be no pound-for-pound fighter. If he stayed at cruiserweight, you can make that argument. But no heavyweight can be pound-for-pound. All this is just another media tactic just to keep a black fighter from being anointed number one. Y'all know who number one is. Y'all should already know who I'm gonna have at number one. That's all they trying to do. They did this with, like I said, they did this with Andre Ward, and they trying to do it again. Everybody knew after Floyd left, Andre Ward was the number one pound-for-pound fighter, and they tried to put Lomachenko in there, a dude that had less than 12 fights. They tried to insult boxing's intelligence and real boxing fans' intelligence by saying he was number one pound-for-pound over Andre Ward. That was a joke. It was laughable. When I say it was laughable. And ESPN was really trying to sell that to you. But see, that's the thing. I don't follow no script and I don't listen to what they say. But now they got people trying to put Usyk on the pound-for-pound list. Triple G was the most fraudulent pound-for-pound fighter out there. Like I said before, if you fight people that work at Kohl's and bank tellers at Wells Fargo and knock out those type of dudes, then hey, because that's all he fought. Like I said, his Triple G's resume is god awful. And then they had the audacity to try to say he was one of the best fighters in the last 25 years. Based off what? I mean, but this is what they do. ESPN's pound-for-pound list is what you would call boxing for dummies, because only a dummy would buy their pound-for-pound list. A New Way shouldn't be in nobody's top 5. Who has he fought? It's funny how they want to say, well, who is Bud did fought? Who was the New Way that fought? I mean, he a good entertaining fighter, but he got a long way to go before he on somebody's pound-for-pound list. He definitely ain't on my pound for pound list. It ain't got nothing to do with his ethnicity. Ain't got nothing to do with that. So don't even come on here saying that stuff. He just done enough. Now, Nonito Donaire at one time was you could make an argument that he was a former pound for pound fighter. He was fighter of the year. So if you want to say Nonito Donaire was a former pound for pound, I have no problem with that, because, for the most part, he was, what I'm saying, doing his thing until Rigondeaux got a hold of him and lumped him up. But yeah, man, people got to stop with this foolishness, man. People got to stop with this foolishness. Please stop the cap. Usyk ain't on nobody's pound for pound list, man. But all they doing is trying to replace, all they try to do is replace a non-fighter with another non-black fighter. Hope insurance. And we hope you believe what we saying. Nah, sorry, don't believe it. Ain't buying it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop the cap. I mean, for real, stop the cap, man. They gotta stop trying to insult. For real, they gotta stop trying to insult people's intelligence. Now I know somebody gonna listen and say I'm a hater. I don't give a damn about that kind of stuff, because I'm gonna continue to say what I need to say. Like, I told the truth about Canelo. Like I said before, I had no problem with him ducking Dimitri Bivol. I don't know why I'm saying Demetrius Andrade, but he did duck Demetrius Andrade, so maybe that's why I'm saying his name. But I ain't really gonna go in on him for fighting. Actually, I am about to make fun of him fighting Triple G. But wait till you see that video, because like I said, you Canelo fans, y'all gonna feel it today. You gonna be calling me all kind of mayates after you see the video I'm finna make about Canelo. Y'all gonna be calling me all kind of mayates. And in the words of Redman, I'll be that too. I'll be that too. Yeah, you gonna be calling me everything but a child of God, because like I said, these videos I'm finna put out about Canelo, y'all, yeah. Woo! Woo! I'm like, Redman, I'll be that. I'll be that. Real talk. Oh, I'm finna have some fun with this. I'm finna have some fun with this. I ain't even gonna tell you what the title of the video gonna be. Him fighting Triple G again. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be classic. You know me. I bring it. I bring it. So like I said before, Canelo had to resort to fighting Triple G because he took such an ass whooping. And like I keep telling y'all, and shout out to Goodfella Sports TV. He said the same thing that I said, because he seen that fight, and he said the same exact thing. Bivol could have knocked Canelo out if he wanted to, and if they fight again, he gonna stop Canelo. He gonna stop. Like I said, whenever you got a dude looking at his corner like, what am I supposed to do? He was looking at his corner like, what am I supposed to do? Like, he was looking like, what, man? Man, he was like Marlon Wayans. Help me, please. Help me, please. He was literally looking at his corner like, what? And like Andy Reynoso said, hey man, you figure it out. Yeah, that was his instruction. Hey man, figure it out. When somebody look confused and they look like they don't know what to do, and like I said, the media they doing Canelo a great disservice. Andre Rozier was being kind by saying the beating will be even worse if they fight again. And like I said, for Canelo to even remotely entertain the thought of asking Bibble to come down to 168 because he can't beat him at light heavyweight, that'll be the weakest move in boxing. And I just need to say it. Other people need to say it. I'm sorry. I'm not finna be that type of media that tell people BS. That'll be weak as hell if he asks Bibble, entertains the thought of asking that man to come down to 168. You decided to go up to 175. This is why I know it was a cherry pick. So you can't beat him at 175. So you're gonna ask him to come down to 168? Could you imagine? No, and let's okay. Let's just cut the crap. You know, if a black fighter did that, they would. It said, man, can you imagine if that happened to Floyd? Let's just say Floyd went up a weight class. Let's just say he went up a weight class and he lost the fight. Let's just say he went up a weight class and he lost, especially to a non-black fighter. And Floyd said, oh, well, you got to come down to 147. Do you know Floyd would get ripped to shreds? They would call him a coward. But see, Canelo getting the complexion protection because he not black. See, like I said, I'm not afraid to bring this type of stuff up. And don't come on here and say, hey, man, why are you making this about race? Because it is about race. No black fighter would ever get away with that. No black fighter would ever get away with entertaining the thought of asking somebody, oh, well, I can't beat you at your weight class, but come down and fight me. And then I'll have a better chance. That'll be the weakest move ever. And for people to even be sitting up there egging that on, and then you got people sitting up here trying to get mad at the media because we won't kiss Canelo's ass. And talking about why are we attacking him and kicking him when he was down. We ain't kicking him when he was down. He signed the damn contract. He the one. Nobody told him to go fight Who asked for that fight with Demetrius Andrade? I didn't. You tried to cherry pick because you couldn't lowball Joe Smith Jr. And you thought, okay, this is the weakest link. Not named Artur Beterbiev because you didn't want none of Artur Beterbiev. And you had people actually thinking Canelo could beat Artur Beterbiev. Artur Beterbiev would have knocked Canelo's head off. Or put him on a stretcher. So you cherry picked you cherry picked Bibble. And you got your ass handed to you. And now you sitting up here, Canelo's confidence is shaking. Watch that fight again. And look how confused Canelo looked in that fight. He looked like he wanted to quit. I ain't worried about you damn Canelo fans being mad. I said it and I mean it. He looked like he wanted to quit in that fight. But if Canelo would have quit in that fight, man, them people would have came out of the stands. Dude, stop it. Canelo ain't beat no Artur Beterbiev, not even at 37. Let me tell you a story so you can understand this. Let me tell you a story because I don't know who you is, so obviously you a Canelo fanboy. Let me tell you a story. And this came from somebody I know. He listening to he listened probably to this podcast, or he gonna listen later. There was a story where somebody walked into a gym and they heard these tremendous thumps. And they thought it was somebody chopping firewood or something. It was Artur Beterbiev hitting the heavy bag. They said they had never heard a sound like that before, and they like, bro, let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you, the difference between a boxing fan and a fanboy. Canelo would have 2 rounds to basically just overwhelm Artur Beterbiev. All Artur Beterbiev needs to do is land one clean shot or land a semi shot. If he lands a half a shot, not even full throttle to Canelo's ribs, Canelo's gonna fall apart. He will break Canelo's ribs. He will break. No, you are. Yes, you is, dude. Okay, so Arthur Beterbiev is 37-38. Okay, I'm finna really make you feel stupid. How old was Floyd Mayweather when he whooped on Canelo? He was 30. He was 36. Arthur Beterbiev, and he was 40 fights in. You keep all Arthur Beterbiev need to do is land one punch. The first punch he land on Canelo, Nick, I'm telling you, Canelo gonna crumble. It's Eddie Reynoso that was saying Canelo could beat Arthur Beterbiev. Canelo never said he wanted to fight Beterbiev. Dude, you out your mind, man. Floyd was 36 when he whooped on Canelo, when he beat the brakes off of him. Arthur Beterbiev hit way too hard. Canelo is not going to be able to take that kind of punishment. If he couldn't hurt Bibble, he can't hurt Arthur Beterbiev. Have you looked at what he does to people? Nobody has survived 16 fights, 16 knockouts. He breaks you down. You think Canelo is any different from Sir Market? Man, come on, man. So you think Canelo could take what Hot Rod couldn't take? So you telling me Canelo could take what 16, 17 other people couldn't take? Oh, Canelo, right? The same dude that was almost knocked out by Dimitri Bivol. That couldn't really take them. Dimitri Bivol held back on Canelo. So you trying to tell me that he can withstand Arthur Beterbiev shots? Are you out of your mind, dude? Stop it. You making a fool of yourself. The last thing to go is your power. Exactly, J-Dog. You really think, like I said, if he couldn't take the Dimitri Bivol shots, you telling me he gonna be able to take them kind of shots from Arthur Beterbiev? And it's already been proven that Canelo don't like body shots. The first jab that Bivol land on Canelo is gonna fall apart. Canelo ain't gonna fight Arthur Beterbiev. He ain't gonna wait, man. He's not gonna wait. How he gonna weight train somebody that he not gonna get in the ring with? Canelo don't even want to fight. Canelo don't even want to fight David Benavidez. That's Canelo's pattern. He's never tried to go after the best guy. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. He's never tried to fight the best guy. You heard me talk about it. You heard Lion Killer talk about it. You heard CJ talk about it. You didn't heard 7A Sports talk about it. Everybody knows Canelo doesn't fight the best guys. He fights the guy. He doesn't fight the best guy. He will fight some guy. He will fight the other guy. But he don't fight the best guy. He's never fought the best guy in any division he was in. Facts. Tell me that I'm lying. Tell me that I'm sitting up here lying. He ain't beat no Arthur Beterbiev, man. Stop it, dude. You stop it. That's exactly what he do, Dale. He a master cherry picker. He a master cherry picker. For real. Master cherry picker. And like I said, he picked Dimitri Bivol and it went left. He got, like I said, that fight damaged him. That fight mentally damaged him. Canelo ain't sure of himself. And then for Canelo to sit there and try to insult people's intelligence by saying he thought he won the fight. Okay. For real. You really thought you won that? Nobody with common sense thought you won that fight. Like I said, a crackhead with one eye could say you didn't win that fight. Everybody know that you lost that fight and you got your ass whooped. Nobody with common sense think that Canelo won that fight. And as far as Buslik said that he thought Canelo won that fight, well, he got retired by Arthur Beterbiev. His first, that's what I'm saying. And you trying to tell me, no, see, the reason why Buslik saying that Canelo could beat Arthur Beterbiev because he want Canelo to go in there and get his ass retired like Arthur Beterbiev retired Buslik. His first loss, he said, he got his ass whooped so bad by Arthur Beterbiev, he said, I ain't fighting no more. His first loss, he retired. He was undefeated, and he got his ass whooped so bad by Beterbiev, he said, I ain't fighting no more. So you mean to tell me Canelo gonna take, so you mean to tell me that Canelo wants some of that? You mean to tell me Canelo gonna be able to take that? That could be another thing. Maybe, oh yeah, he said he said he was a vegan. So maybe, he didn't have his mystery meat. He didn't have his mystery meat. So, what? I'm just saying. He said he was on a vegan diet. So now you can see when he don't have his mystery meat, how vulnerable he looked. I dare anybody to watch that fight again in its entirety and come back and tell me that Canelo looked like he didn't want to quit. And Canelo looked like he wanted to quit. His confidence is shaken. And the funny part would be if he go in there and he struggle against a 40-year-old Triple G. And like I said before, Canelo did himself a great disservice by sitting up there saying that he thought he won that fight. He said how many rounds he said that at what he said Bibble probably won 3 rounds. Yeah, okay. Like I said, Like I said, if you think Canelo won that fight, real talk. If you think Canelo won that fight, man, then I don't know what to tell you. You need to go see a shrink because you are clearly in denial, or you need to go to rehab. That's just facts. I'm sorry. You just unintelligent, or you in denial. And like I said before, he ain't beat no damn Arthur Beterbiev. Arthur Beterbiev will crush Canelo's ribs. Like really how they show those digital X-ray looking shots, like how they like on Final Destination, how they slow it down and show it in slow motion. Yeah, Canelo gonna get his ribs broke by Arthur Beterbiev. He ain't going nowhere near that dude. He ain't going nowhere near dude. Like I said, Canelo's confidence is shaken. And like I said before, if he sit up there and ask that man to fight him at 168, that'll be the weakest. When I say that'll be the weakest move ever in boxing. Weak. But anyway, thanks for tapping in. I'll be back later with more content. Just wanted to get this stream in. Appreciate the donations, all that stuff, man. I'm out.